Okay, guys, we're going to move on to the next area of this project, and that is the container. This is an ammo box. It's a 50 cal ammo box that I bought from Harbor Freight. Now, I'm going to just kind of go over what we're going to try to build, and then I'm going to go and build it on the case, or the ammo case that hasn't been touched yet. So we're going to need a total of 4 holes in this. So we're going to have one for the antenna for the Wi-Fi adapter, and this may or may not need to be used depending upon if you have a Raspberry Pi, which is the computer that we're going to use. If it has a wireless, you may not need this. I like it because I want, it's a metal case, and you probably get better reception with it. This is the line down here that goes to the solar panel, okay? And on this side right here, you have these wires go to your scale, and these wires go to your sensor. So all these holes kind of have to be placed in a special location, and they don't have to be quite exact, but they have a special place because it gets kind of tight in here. With this battery, you're going to need to put, you don't want to be drilling this hole where the battery is going to go. So there was some thought as to where these holes go, and I'm going to show you where they go, and I'll have a diagram available that you can look at in a picture form if you don't get the dimensions here. Again, this is just what I'm doing. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I'll go ahead and discuss this also. So these right here are called they're called the wire glands, is what they're called, I believe. This is an M22 size. The reason why I like the M22 is because when you have these phone connector pieces, these fit through one at a time, but you can get 4 with wires in here. So you put one wire through and then push another wire through, and so on and so forth. So I found that M22 is the size that you need. That being said, let me go ahead and move this off, and we'll take a look at this box right here and get working on it. So again, antenna, solar, to the scales, to the sensors. We have this box here, and I went and marked the front of this and the front, so you can kind of get an idea of where you're at. Plus, if you take this thing apart, you can take the top off, sometimes you'll lose track of what's the front and back of this. It's just really easy to get lost in your project, so it's better to be prepared and label things before you start working, because you can make mistakes and then you got to go buy a new one. So that being said, I think I'm going to actually try to drill all of this with the top on it. So I'm just going to drill these holes. This is for the antenna, so it's 2.5 inches back, 1.5 inches from the edge. This is for the antenna again. This is the solar panel, or the one that goes to the solar panel. You're going to 1.5 inches from the edge, 3.5 inches from the bottom. We're going to be going right there. Okay, flip it over. 1.5 inch from the edge, 1 3/4 inches from the bottom is this hole, 1.5 inch from the edge, 3.5 inches from the bottom. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to try to have a diagram for you guys, so if you can't remember that, you'll be able to look at something. I'm using this, and this is a knockout punch. Some of you guys may not have this. This is really handy if you do. This basically will knock a 1/2 inch hole through this after I drill a 3/8 inch hole. So, and it makes a really clean cut, and I like it. So I want to go ahead and use that. Again, this is something you guys may not have. I am having my safety glasses on because getting metal shrapnel in my eye is something that I do not want to do. I'm looking for my punch here, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this punch and punch a little divot, so it'll help me get the drill bit set. Just go ahead and do on all these right here. Alright, so now that that's done, I've got all 4 holes drilled. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and use this knockout, and we're going to sandwich this. We're going to sandwich this in there, and it's going to knock us a nice clean 1/2 inch hole quite easily. Go ahead and move all this up. Get that out of the way. Now that we've got all of our holes drilled and punched, we can go ahead and put our wire glands in here. So again, I have 4 of these. Take these safety glasses off just to get more foggy, and I'll remove the tape. And the way these work is this end, you just unscrew that end right there. Your wires, when they go through, you'll turn this and it pinches down, so it makes a nice watertight seal, or it's fairly watertight. I don't know that if you submerge it in a pool or something, you're gonna get water leaking through it. But for the rain and stuff, this is definitely okay. So I've got this nut taken off the end of the wire gland, and I'm going to stick that in there like so, and tighten it up. I'll go ahead and probably take some pliers to it a little bit. You don't want to attach it too snugly, because this is, it's plastic. Again, these are wire glands, and they're M22 size, M22 by 1.5. Okay, I'm going to snug those up a little bit with a wrench. I want to clean this whole area off, but this is a completed container, what we've got here. I'll be back.